Should parents support their kid's goal to become a professional athlete or drop the reality hammer before the kid sets himself up for the disappointment of a lifetime? Hey, my name is Otis Grigsby. I'm a former NFL player, lawyer, and creator of Pay Now, Pain Later, a community designed to help you parent like an athlete and have fun while you're doing it. If you're asking how to address this problem, the story of how you got here might sound like the following. You encouraged your son to sign up for the football team because you thought it was a great way for him to make friends, build healthy habits, and learn more about what it means to be a man. A few weeks into it, your son proudly informs you that he wants to be a professional football player when he grows up. Your first thought was, try not to laugh. Then you said something like, I fully support what you want to do. I'm your mom, and I'll be there for you no matter what. Great response. And you supported him by offering words of encouragement, going to his games, signing him up for camps, and making sure he had access to all the nutrition, sleep, and training he needed. But deep down, you expected your son to let go of this dream like a toy 1 month after unwrapping it on Christmas Day. The funny thing is, he didn't let go. And his obsessive desire to go pro someday kind of worries you. Now he has to deal with the other kids growing bigger, faster, and stronger than he is. The coach isn't using him properly. He's not getting the playing time necessary to make it to the next level. He keeps getting injured. And when that happens, you have to take him to physical therapy 2 to 3 times a week because the school doesn't have an athletic trainer. Your son's obsession with going pro is costing you and your family more time and money than you bargained for. And now you're thinking, what's the real ROI here? What if everything I'm investing in support of my son doesn't result in a pro football career or even a partial athletic scholarship to a decent university? What if my son's blind faith in his ability to beat the odds results in a defeat he never gets over? Spending time and money only to fuel your son to drive over a cliff of lofty expectations and into a ditch full of pain and misery is a considerable risk that many want to avoid. But there's a much greater risk waiting for those who leverage statistics, likelihood of success, and reality to dissuade their kids from dreaming big and shooting big shots. Kids today are having a hard time. They're dealing with crippling anxiety, fear of failure, risk aversion, depression, feebleness, and timidity. And many parents think the solution is to double down on raising the defenses. If the coach yells or isn't giving out enough playing time, parents want to talk with him and straighten him out. And if it doesn't work, parents frequently offer their kids the off-ramp. No shame in quitting since things aren't going your way. This prioritization of protection at all costs leads to a greater risk of crippling anxiety, fear, and depression because the absence of resistance and friction results in weakness. Have you ever heard of Biosphere 2? It's a biodome in Arizona that simulates a variety of Earth's biomes. In the early days of Biosphere 2, the researchers noticed that the trees would collapse after they reached a certain height. They couldn't figure out what was going on until they realized that the biosphere didn't have wind. And wind is necessary to strengthen trees so they can handle the weight of their growth. Wind can be a light summer breeze or of the hurricane force variety strong enough to rip trees and their entire root systems from the ground. The wind is the pain you want to shield your kid from in sports and life, but your kid desperately needs to experience some windy moments. Most professional athletes can tell you at least one story about how their ascension to the pro ranks was far from the obvious end result of their actions. I have plenty of those stories, but so do you. You've done some incredible things in your life that many people say are difficult to impossible, like raising a well-adjusted kid in this chaotic world. So now is not the time to worry about what might happen if your kid fails. If you must worry about something, worry about what happens if your kid learns to give up when things are hard. I'm not saying that quitting should never be an option. I quit soccer at age 5 because I hated it, and I have no regrets. But there needs to be a much better reason for quitting besides difficulty, frustration, yada, yada, yada. Michael Jordan is my favorite athlete, and my favorite quote of his is, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. Don't let fears about how your kid might struggle with a significant failure lead you to teach them how to be okay with not trying. Letting your kids shoot their best shot increases the chances of them maturely handling some of the terrible events life has in store. Like rising above a devastating breakup only to meet the right person who helps them create and raise your wonderful grandchildren. It's the difference between a financial setback leading them to move back home for 3 months versus 3 years. Supporting your kids' pro athlete dreams pays massive dividends whether they make it to the pros or not because your kid dared to dream big and try something hard. And along the way, they learn how capable and resilient they are. Those lessons learned along the way are priceless. So like my coaches used to say, just do your best, don't sweat the rest, and let winning take care of itself. If you got something remotely useful from this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to get more great content from me in the future. Thanks so much for your time. It means a lot that you spend it here. Have a great day.